What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about group rides. Group rides can be awesome, or group rides can suck. I was watching some videos today about the Atlanta meetup and the accident that happened where one of the blockers was taken out by another rider. Two ways. One, the blocker was actually in the lane of travel, first of all. Second of all, the other bike was in the second lane. Now, I don't know how most of these rides are put together, but I know the group rides that I lead, we stay on one lane unless we're changing lanes. Other than that, we don't take up both lanes on a 4-lane road. We don't take up 3 lanes on a 6-lane road. That's how the accidents happen. You've got to stay in a group and in a formation. And people that ride in these group rides who have never ridden in a group ride before, they don't understand that. Now, whoever was leading the ride, whoever put it on, there should have been a safety meeting. Should have said, we ride in a single lane, we don't take up both lanes, there's no showboating, and if there is showboating, you'll be asked to leave the ride. Now, with a ride that big, the group, in my opinion, the group should have been broke up into 2 groups. You should have had one that was, half the group rolls out, and then the other half of the group rolls out. And then you have somebody that leads the second group who is familiar with where the ride is taking place. That's the other thing that should. So I can't say personally for sure what all was said, if there was a safety meeting, how it was directed or whatever. I don't know. All I can do is go by what I saw on the videos that the videos that I've seen. And when you ride in a group ride like that, everybody ride in the same lane. And that's the whole purpose behind doing a group ride, is everybody rides together, everybody rides as a group. If you have blockers, that second lane, the inside lane is for the blockers to pass. Now, if you've ever ridden with a police escorted or motor escorted ride with the sheriff's office, the police department, or whatever, they will tell you, stay in the right-hand lane, because we're going to come blowing by you at 100 plus miles an hour so they can get to this intersections to block the intersection, to shut the intersections down. And then they leapfrog each other. And yes, I know there were 600 bikes, but still, you have everybody in one lane. Everybody follows the same protocol. Everybody stays, staggered formation, or you'd have been riding in a staggered formation no more than 1 to 2 seconds. 1 second for the person to your left or to your right, and no more than 2 seconds to the person directly in front of you. And I feel, had that been done, this entire accident would not have been, or the inside lane to do what they needed to do to block the intersections and to do what they had to do to make sure the riders made it through safely. But if the group had been split up into 2 separate groups, and you've got a group of people leading the front and then a group of people leading the second group, that also could have been prevented, because then you wouldn't have guys doing 60 to 80 miles an hour trying to keep up with the group. That's just my 2 cents. That's how I would have organized it, how I would have with lots of large numbers of people, and you have to break it up. We did a ride where we had over 500 bikes in the group, and the sheriff's office basically cut us off at 500 bikes. It says we cannot allow any more because it is not safe. Because the motor officers were going to have to travel at such a high rate of speed to leapfrog that it just wasn't safe. So in a group, everybody rides together. If it's a large group, split it up. You know, you need, and the other thing, new riders, good God Almighty, new riders need to be at the front of the pack. I don't give a damn. New riders and people who have never ridden in a group setting before need to be in the front of the pack. And this is the reason why. If they're in the front of the pack, the experienced riders who are following behind them, they can avoid the catastrophes. One of those riders goes down or something like that, the more experienced riders will know how to react. If you have new riders and everything like that all bunched up together, all bunched in the center of the group or spread out throughout the group, that's just a recipe for disaster in my opinion. What I do with my group is I put the inexperienced riders, you know, closer to the front so we can keep an eye on them, and the more experienced riders can also watch them. And that way, should anything happen, the experienced riders can react and respond to the situation. And that's how I feel that ride should have been organized. You know, I'm not saying that the organizers did a bad job. They did. They had a great turnout, and you know, this was an unfortunate accident, but it could have been avoided. Well, you know, I like to ride in a group ride. However, I know, you know, I organize my rides, so I know where the new riders are and the inexperienced riders are, and you know, to be showboating, to be doing wheelies, to be doing stoppies and stuff like that in the middle of a group ride, that's just asking for a catastrophe. Group ride, and I see people doing that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to ask them to leave, because I am not going to put my fellow riders in a situation to where they could get hurt because some guy's showing off. You know, and I know it's fun and it's exhilarating and it's it's enjoyable. I understand that. Don't get me wrong, I've done it myself. I've been there, done that. But when you're in a group setting, that's not the place. You know, I have seen too many accidents where somebody has been, you know, goofing off, showing off, you know, tricking out, and they cause a crash. Well, not only does it take them out, but it also takes out several other innocent riders. And that's just not the place to be doing it. You know, if you want to be doing that, do it someplace that's safe. Do it away from the other riders, because these other riders may not know how to react. And you know, that's just my thoughts on it, my two cents on it. You know, I feel bad, and I you know, I hope and pray for a speedy recovery for all three of those that were involved in it. I don't know the extent of the injuries, other than what I've heard on the videos. I can say that they're lucky that it wasn't a fatality at that speed and hitting another motorcycle, regardless of which one it was and regardless of whose fault it was. You know, somebody could have been killed in that, and that's not. I don't know how the safety meeting went, what the safety meeting was about, what was said, or anything like that. So I can't knock the organizers and the road captains and the people who were leading the ride. But you know, in a big group ride setting like that, it really needs to be organized. There really needs to be a long safety briefing. Everybody on the ride needs to know where they're going, how they're getting there, where you're turning and things like that. It's got to stay safe out there, guys. And that's the bottom line. You know, I hate seeing motorcyclists get killed and get injured because, you know, for no fault of their own. And I also hate to see the ones that get hurt because they're doing something stupid. But I wish the both of them, all three of them, a very fast and speedy recovery. And everybody stay safe out there. That's my biggest thing I can say is everybody stay safe, pay attention. Those that you love them. You may be here tomorrow, but you may be here today, but you are not promised tomorrow. So y'all be good. Stay safe, ride safe, like and subscribe to this video. And guys, we will catch you on another one. See ya! Oh man, they paved this. Great. Nice.